saying, Army, welcome to the video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Michael's reverse dieting phase. Also, if you guys haven't watched Michael's transformation, go and watch that first. How we took my client Michael from 255 pounds down to 190 pounds. All while maintaining muscle, recomping muscle, keeping his food as high as possible, and doing things in a long-term sustainable way. Also understand that there's many ways to reverse diet. If you're coming from a competition and getting competition lean, then obviously you want to bring your calories up a lot faster, back up to maintenance, because you're that lean. However, my clients are dieting for health and longevity, to look good and feel good. And in my opinion, the reverse dieting phase is just as important as the dieting phase in itself, because that's where we sustain the progress. That's where we bring your metabolism back up. There's no point in cutting you down if you just binge it all back to gain it all back, and we've all been there before. So in this video, we're going to be covering how to maintain and sustain the progress once you get there. Week 1. So before we get into Michael's week 1 macros, let's talk about where he left off at the end of his 9-month cut. Where we left off was 175 carbs, 50 fats, and 230 grams of proteins. He was doing 2 refeeds a week. His cardio was 4 sessions of 400 calories, one which was a HIIT session, and his average weigh-in was 190.5 pounds. And here's Michael's new macros: 225 carbs, 50 fats, and 230 grams of protein. Cardio, 3 sessions, 300 calories, and his new low weigh-in was 187.5 pounds. That's an all-time low, even through the 9 months of cutting. So what we did was we brought up his carbs up 50 grams, kept everything else relatively the same. We dropped his cardio. We got rid of the HIIT session of cardio and dropped it to all low intensity steady state cardio. And he saw a new low weigh-in. So with a lot of clients, what I do notice in the beginning of a reverse dieting phase is that they do end up losing some fat in the first couple of weeks, even more fat, even though we're increasing calories. Why? Because when you give someone more calories, guess what? They're feeling better. They're getting more energy. They're going to move around more. Their activity is going to be a lot higher. Those chores that they put off, that they're too tired and lazy to do because they're in a deficit, now they suddenly have the energy to do it, right? They're going to move around a lot more and burn more calories. So in the beginning, you see a lot of my clients, especially in the reverse dieting phase, they lose more fat, especially in the beginning. So sometimes with clients, even if I know their goal is to drop a few more pounds and they're right there, sometimes we'll start the reverse dieting phase a little bit early and they'll still go and hit their goal while increasing their macros and their food. Also, here's Michael's week 1 pictures. As you can see, physique is filling out. He does look a little bit bloated around the stomach because, obviously we raised carbs by 50 grams and his glycogen stores are still replenishing. So it is normal to feel a little bit more bloated, especially in the beginning of a reverse dieting phase. However, everything's looking good and more full. Week 2, macros: 250 carbs, 50 fats, and 220 grams of proteins. Cardio was 3 sessions, 300 calories. New average weight was 189.9 pounds. So yes, his average did go up a little bit. His carbs did go up by 25 grams and we dropped protein by 10 grams. Here's his week 2 pictures. As you can see, Michael's still looking very lean. His stomach definitely is looking leaner. He dropped some of that bloat, but everything's filling out nicely. You look from the back, his V-taper is still looking good. From the side, his triceps are still popping, and his physique is just filling out slowly but surely. Week 3, macros exactly the same: 250 carbs, 50 fats, 220 grams of proteins. Cardio the same, 3 sessions, 300 calories. New average weight was 190.3 pounds, so a 0.4 pound increase from the week prior, but it's all good because his physique is looking better and better every single week. And here's his week 3 pictures. As you can see, Michael doesn't look quite as lean as the week prior. Lighting's a little bit different, so it's kind of hard to gauge, but everything looks relatively the same. Understand, this is just weekly progress, so you're only going to see some minute details as his body fills and fills out. Week 4, macros: 275 carbs, 50 fats, and 210 grams of proteins. Cardio was the same, 3 sessions, 300 calories. His new average was 189.2 pounds, so his weight did go back down again. And here's his week 4 pictures. As you can see, Michael's still looking lean, still filling out. Everything is looking good, especially in the chest. You can see his chest definitely filling out, his arms filling out from the back, his V-taper, you can see it looking wider and wider and looking better. And slowly but surely, we're getting his metabolism back up. Week 5, macros were the same: 275 carbs, 50 fats, and 210 grams of proteins. Cardio was the same, 3 sessions of 300 calories. New average weight was 190.2 pounds, so his weight's kind of fluctuating around that 190, 189 pound range, but it's all good. Here's his week 5 pictures. As you can see, physique is looking better, especially when you compare it to week 1 where he was really bloated. He's looking a lot leaner now, but a lot fuller, and that's the main thing, is we're increasing calories but we're maintaining that leanness. And we're talking to Michael, asking him how his energy and how he's feeling along the way, and as long as he's looking good, he's feeling good, and he's staying consistent, then that's all that matters. Week 6, macros, 300 carbs, 55 fats, and 210 grams of proteins. Cardio was the same, 3 sessions of 300 calories. New average weigh-in was 188.4 pounds. So if you remember from the beginning of Michael's transformation, back when he was 250 pounds, our starting macros was 275 carbs. So already we're at 300 carbs and we're over 60 pounds down. So we're already over his starting macros, which is a beautiful sign and a beautiful thing to see. And here's Michael's week 6 pictures. In my opinion, this is some of the best that Michael's physique has ever looked. You know, as far as leanness and full. His physique is definitely full from all the carbs that he's intaking. He's feeling good, performance is at all-time high, and he's still looking a lot leaner. If you compare Michael's week 6 pictures to his week 1 pictures when we started the reverse diet, you can see a huge difference, so let's keep on going. Week 7, macros the same, 300 carbs, 55 fats, 210 grams of proteins, cardio 3 sessions, 300 calories, average weight was 190.4 pounds. Here's his week 7 pictures, looking even just a little bit leaner than week 6, even though his weight did come up from the back and side. Everything looks relatively the same, but as you can see, he still has lots of separation. He still has abs going on, his shoulders looking good, his back's looking good, and everything's looking great, and his macros are at an all-time high. Week 8, macros, 325 carbs, 55 fats, and 210 grams of proteins, cardio 3 sessions, 300 calories, average weight was 190.4 pounds. So this is an all-time high with his calories, right, as far as the reverse dieting phase goes. However, you know, past that, we did continue coaching, we did continue raising his calories even higher than this, but we went up in carbs another 25 grams. Everything else stayed pretty much the same. Here's his week 8 pictures, looking full, looking lean, and that's the beauty of reverse dieting. When Michael started his whole transformation at 255 pounds, his starting carbs were 275 carbs. Now his carbs are at 325 carbs, and guess what that means? That means that this is very long-term and sustainable for him. The higher your calories are, the healthier your metabolism is, the more likely you are to sustain the progress. A lot of you guys watching this video, this isn't your guys' first time trying to diet and trying to cut down, and you guys are doing this yo-yo diet thing where you guys are dropping calories way too fast and losing weight way too fast only to gain it back again. And then what's the point? Long-term and sustainable progress should be all our goals for every single one of you guys watching this video. Studies show that every time you guys gain the fat back, those fat cells that you accumulate every time, they don't go away. So it's going to get harder and harder the more times you go through this yo-yo dieting phase. So do things slow, do things the right way, get it done, stay consistent, and add years to your life. A lot of you guys been struggling with your weight for way too many years, and all you have to do is stay consistent, take it slow, get it done once and for all. You know, stop doing this up and down. A lot of you guys have been doing this for over 5 years, over 10 years, and it's going to cost you your health, it's going to cost you your life. Do things the right way and you'll look good, feel good, and be healthy for the rest of your life. What if you never ever had to worry about your weight ever again? Because you're always healthy, you're always in good shape, you always like the way you look in the mirror. You know, a lot of people, they can't even look themselves in the mirror because they're not happy with who they are, they're not happy about how they look. They know that they should look better. They're not the person that they want to see. And if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, then change. You guys all have that potential to change. If you guys are watching this video, you guys all can do it. It just takes time and effort. Stay consistent, stay diligent, change your life forever. So anyways, I hope this video helped. This was a highly asked for video after I came out with Michael's transformation. For those of you guys looking for online coaching, want to get out of your Yamcha and Yajirobe ways, apply. Link will be down below in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love, aloha.